What's going on, YouTube? So as you already know, once you get accepted into STA-21, you will have to complete a medical form, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So let's get right into it. Alright, so boom, you are accepted in STA-21. The NAV admin came out, everybody's telling you congratulations, you know, all that stuff, the parade. So after, you know, a little bit or so, like I already mentioned, you'll get an email eventually from Pensacola, and then Pensacola will give you a list of all these things that you need to get done before you depart your original command. And the part of that's the orders, but the part that I'm going to talk to you about is the medical portion. So then this is how you handle this situation. You print out your acceptance letter that you get through the email, and you print out the NAV admin say that you're getting accepted, and then you get a folder, and then you take that whole folder to medical. So you get the medical, say, hey, I got accepted in STA-21. They're gonna do congratulations and get, you know, do the whole parade thing. All that's gonna happen a lot. So then they'll give you a form. It's gonna be an officer candidate form. So then you go to prelims. Prelims is like where they do the blood pressure, the little eye test where they like say the card that what number sticks out at you, that one, and then they will give you another form, and then they'll tell you to sit down. So after that gets done, then they'll give you another list, and then you have to fill out this list. It's the same list that you did when you joined the Navy. It's gonna be like tuberculosis, do you have aches, pains, all that other stuff, because they have to give that to the doctor to sign off for the final sign off. So this is not your original appointment. This is like a pre-appointment, right? So then they'll do your blood draw. They did blood draw that day. They did an EKG that day. They did, what else? They did an eye exam. They did 2 eye exams for me, but I'll get into that later. And I had to go to dental and make an appointment for my dental appointment. So you got to make an appointment for your dental, and then you got to make another appointment to see the actual doctor. Now that's like best case scenario. Like in best case scenario, you get done in 3 days, because the first day you got to do your prelims, second day you go to dental, third day you go see your doctor. And if your doctor's not busy, you can see your doctor on the second day, and then all your paperwork can get done. All right, so what I ran into was my eyesight. So like they'll test all your stuff, but at prelims they don't have like the most accurate measurements for eyesight. If you've been to a military medical, you know this. You know what goes on down there. And so then once they get done with that, they'll send you to a specialist if need be before you go to the doctor. So I had to go to the specialist. The eye specialist that was on base is inside the same building, and then he signed me off saying that my eyesight was good to go. But yeah. So if you need waivers for stuff and you have surgeries, broken bones, stuff like that, you'll have to re-explain all that again, because it's kind of like you signing back into the military, but you're going to be an officer. So like they still have to say, okay, this is like pretty much your pre-commissioning physical before you get commissioned type deal. That's how they treating this. So it's pretty intense, pretty detailed. Say what you got to say. I mean, if you hurting, say you hurting. If you're not hurting, say you good to go. And then get up out of there. But yeah, so my experience, I had to go get my eyesight checked. I had to get it checked 3 times actually. I had to get my eyesight checked 3 times. So the prelims was the first time. The second time was by the doctor, and then he wasn't convinced, so he wanted to do it again to make sure my eyesight was good to go. He was like, man, good thing you're not trying to become a pilot, you know, because pilots, your eyesight got to be on point. You know, I'm not trying to be a pilot, you know, I'm trying to be a surface warfare officer. So like, my eyesight didn't need to be their standards. I just had to be good enough for the military, and you know, I am. So here goes a tip about medical. Once they give you all that paperwork and it gets signed off by the doctor, so this is how the doctor does it. You will hand that paperwork off to the doctor after you got done with prelims and everything. After you got done with prelims, dental, and whatever else you had to do for, if you had to go see a specialist, you'll hand that all to the doctor. Say, all right, doc, here you go. He's gonna be like, all right, cool. He's gonna sit down and ask you questions and pretty much go through your paperwork and make sure it's good to go. Now, he's not gonna hand that paperwork back to you unless your doctor's like real cool with you, and that's just his or her preference. But what my doctor did, he took that back into his office. So I didn't see my paperwork for like another 48 hours, another 2 days until I seen my paperwork again. So something was wrong with my pages. So they didn't give me, they was missing 1 page. and then I had to go back to the assistant and ask her to go back to the doctor and make sure that that page was there. And it was just like a misnumbering on their actual form. But yo, pay attention to your paperwork. I stressed that last video, this video too, especially when you're dealing with medical, because you got to send a scanned copy of your medical record. Not the record, just those pages that you had to get the doctor sign off on that says you're good to go for your pre-commission physical. You have to send that to Pensacola as part of that package. So make sure you keep a copy of that physical package, and then when the paperwork that you have to scan off, make sure all your numbering is correct, because if your number is not correct, it's going to throw you off. I promise you it will. So keep track of your paperwork. Check it 4 times, and then like after you think you got it good to go, before you scan it and send it off to Pensacola, check it again. But yeah, man, so that's medical. That's my video on medical. If you got any questions about how medical goes, just hit me up in the comment section below. I hope everybody has a great one, and catch you next video. Peace.